Hello, I'm Casey Newman. I'm one of the orchestra teachers at Bradley Middle School, and I'm here to talk to you about wonderful Google Forms. Google Forms is a great time saver for the director that is trying to get a lot of information from their kids at the beginning of the year and doesn't want to retype all that stuff in their computer. So the first thing I'd say is think about the information you're going to want from the kids. Would be step one. First name, last name, parent contact, blood type, whatever you're going to need. But think about that, maybe even write it down, because it'll speed things along once you build your form. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the form. We're going to embed the form on a teacher web page and collect some responses and see how it works. So before I start, you can always get in touch with me if you need my help, but this has been a good time saver for me. So here we go. I am using a Chrome browser because that's a Google browser and that seems to behave better. I want to make a Google form, so that's what I'm going to type in. And here it is. Now you want to make sure you're logged in to your Google account. This happens to be my personal one, so I'm going to go to my school one. If you are a Northeast employee, that is your login is your email address, and the password is NE and your employee ID number. Okay, so here we have an untitled form. Obviously, you'll see at the very top we have some check boxes. Uncheck the very first one. Otherwise, only people in your school district can access the form, and this is for kids. I'm going to call this membership 2015, and we're going to do some couple questions here. Not first name, let's go ahead with first name. This is a text question. Most of the things you'll be asking will be text responses. You'll see there's a variety of different kind of questions. This means I can edit it. This means I can duplicate this question. That means I can delete it if I mess up. First name, hopefully they don't need help with what their first name is, and we're going to require them to answer that. Done. Moving on. That's the first one. Last name. Also a text question. Also going to require that. Done. Now, the next item, let's go ahead and do a multiple choice. T-shirt size, because that's something we may want to know, and that will be multiple choice. Let's say we're going to start with youth large, adult small, adult medium, etc., etc. I'm going to make them answer that as well, and see how it's lining them up really nice on here for us. Okay, and then let's add one more, and let's let this be oh good, another. Okay, how about instrument? Multiple choice. And I sometimes will do like class period and or orchestra, because sometimes I just want to get in touch with those kids. All right. For right now, let's say we're done with this part, but you're going to have more information in here. Parent contact is good. Usually 2 phone numbers for the parent, or 2, those kind of things. They can get creative. Now here at the bottom, we have the confirmation page. That's the page that comes up after the kid has filled this out, just to say, hey, you did it, yay. Learn how to type. Membership form has been submitted. Go orchestra. And while I'm doing this, I think it's important to mention that we make this a grade at Bradley. We give them a step-by-step sheet that the parent signs, and at the bottom it either says I've filled it out, or I wasn't able to fill it out, I don't have internet access, or I couldn't fill it out because I had a technical problem, whatever. But we make it a grade, and we usually make it due the first week in September. for right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here where it says show link to submit another response. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's say that you're doing this in class for kids that did not have internet at home or whatever. Then you can use the same computer to do more than one response. So you're okay to just leave that checked. And I also check for them to edit their responses after they're submitting. Before we're done with this, because once we hit send, that means it's pretty much done. I just, for kicks, they do have little, themes that you can dress this up a little bit, make it kind of fun for your kids. Let's just go with this for now. Yay, carnival. So, send form. Once we click that, it brings up the link that we could use to email out, but that's not really what we want to do. We want to put this on our teacher webpage, and yes, we could put the link there, but I kind of like to just embed it on there. It looks better, and it's just one less click. So, embed. I'm going to go ahead and select that and copy it by doing Control-C or Command-C. The size that it does is usually pretty good, but if you wanted it to be bigger, that's how you would do that. All right, I'm done with that. Big deal. What do we do with that now? Well, I need to put it on my teacher webpage. So, we are on Weebly. And I'm going to go to our web, which I haven't updated since the end of last year. Okay. Slow computer. Alright, so on Weebly, I'm going to take this embed code button and drag it over here. Click. Now I'm going to paste all that jargon in there. If I click somewhere outside of this, you'll see the form show up really nice and pretty on there, okay? So it looks really good. And so that's how that's going to look. Looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. So now a kid can get to it. All right, now let's get out of this because we need to get to the website as though a kid is looking at it. All right, so now I'm no longer a teacher editing this page. I'm a kid looking at this page that my teachers told me to do. John Doe. Where's it? It's small. Violin. Submit. Yay. I'm going to submit another response like I'm another kid. Jennings. Boy, what a creative name. Am I a musician? Okay. And then she's the viola. Okay. And I'm going to submit another response here just so we get one more. Let's see. I need a lesson. Get it? All right. And she's cello. Submit. All right, that's enough. I just want to make sure we had those. So where's all this stuff going? Well, it's going into a spreadsheet. It looks like an Excel sheet, but it's called a Google Sheet. All this Google stuff just lives on the web, and I know it makes me uncomfortable sometimes too, but that's where it goes. All right. So if I were to go back into this thing that we made, this is the thing that we made when we were making. See where it says View Responses? Here it is. So that symbol there means that this is a Google Sheet, pretty much like an Excel sheet. Okay. The cool thing about this, you do have a timestamp that's there automatically. And using our imaginations, if we had this populated with other information like email addresses and blood type, favorite hobbies, whatever you want to put on there, all of a sudden we have a source document that we can use throughout the year that becomes very helpful because these are now sortable sortable, oh, that's a column, you idiot. Sortable columns that I can sort if I learn how to click. Does this ever happen to other people? Okay. There it is. Sort. Okay. So now it's sorted those. And I can also if it lets me hide certain ones here. What is wrong with the world? Anyway, I could hide a column, if I needed to print something out, or I need to use. Also, another great, for instance, let's say you're fifth grade strings and it's after school and you're locked out of the building and a kid's parent is picking them up late. Not that that ever happens to any of you, but you could get to that parent phone number quickly, like on your phone or whatever. You could get to that. You could get to this information. So now here, you can share this file if you needed to with a fellow teacher. I don't know if you would ever do that. And you can download it as an Excel, PDF. So if you need to use this for a trip or something like that, you can. What I'm saying is I use this as a source document throughout the year, so it's important that it's accurate. That means when you get a new kid in your program, that you have to make sure they fill out the form, or if you lose a kid, you have to delete them, or if they change classes. So there's a little bit of up maintenance, but it's very helpful. So basically what we did is we just built a form and we put it on our web page, and we had some kids respond to it, and it helped a lot. The main thing that teachers ask me about is email stuff, because they try to like email their kids all at once or whatever. Some people like to build their email addresses within their like Outlook or whatever. I suggest you copy the email address from wherever you've put it in this form and then paste it into your email, because again, you're keeping it more pure by keeping it in this one source document. That's kind of how it works. Some of you may have better ideas or some other tricks, but give me a call if you need some help, and I hope this helps you, and good luck on your year.